Shalom. First, I'd like to start off by giving all glory and honor to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushai, Ba'ashem, Rakakadash. Double honor to teachers, elders, and apostles of Great Millstone. Likewise, brothers out there putting on the truth. Faithfully, fearlessly feeding the sheep unto you, brothers and sisters tuning in. Shalom. Today's lesson title, Consider Not Esau's Options. And who's Esau? Esau is the so-called white man. Okay, and this is the man right now that's in charge of things here on this earth. Remember, the earth is given into the hands of the wicked, and the wicked is the so-called white man. Let's start off with our first scripture here. This is the book of John 12 and start verse 35. It says, Then Hamashiach said unto them, Yet a little while is the light with you. Walk while ye have the light, lest darkness come upon you. For he that walketh in darkness knoweth not whither he goeth. Okay, and we've got 2/3 of our people right now, okay, that are walking in darkness. Because why? They're choosing the options that Esau, the Edomite, the so-called white man, is presenting before them. So because of that, they're following a man, okay, who only leads them into darkness, okay. But we, as the hopefully elect of Yasharala, okay, we have that candlelight, that little bit of light in us, okay, the light that the Mashiach has placed inside of us, which is giving us a spiritual hope, okay, that there's going to be a redemption for us, that we are going to get through the trials and tribulation that's said to become to befall on the earth, okay. And we are starting to see that happening right now. If you look around, you're starting to see a lot of jakes out there that you knew, you know, they're catching hell, like some serious hell, okay. And we are not really in that time right now where we could say, okay, this is Jacob's trouble, even though, you know, the momentum is being built up right now, where the Lord right now is sealing his elect, okay, and also those who are going to be, you know, really experiencing the hardcore pain and sufferings and tribulations of Jacob's trouble. It's starting now to get those, okay, the same people who are hardy, okay, who thought that they were covered by Esau. Let's go into the first Peter 4 and start verse 12. It says, Beloved, think it not strange concerning the fiery trial which is to try you, as though some strange thing happened unto you. But rejoice insomuch as ye are partakers of Mashiach's suffering, that when his glory shall be revealed, ye may be glad also with exceedingly joy. Now remember, the Mashiach, who the world ignorantly called Jesus Christ, okay, remember he came down in the flesh, okay, he had to suffer like a man, you know, he died for us, okay, so he had, you know, the same type of, you know, physical, you know, pain that we had, you know, the same type of feeling, okay, you know, he was, you know, persecuted, you know, he was lied upon, you know, he had to look and deal with his people that didn't believe him, that said crucify him, you know, and release these criminals instead. Okay, so here you have the men of the Lord, you know, sighing and crying here in Great Babylon, America, and across this earth, you know, who are going through the same type of suffering. You know, you're ignored, okay, you're pretty much vilified and exiled, you know, out of society, okay, and even from amongst people that you've known all your entire life. But this is part of that trials and tribulation that we have to go through, you know, to be partakers in life, eternal life. The Mashiach says, if you be reproached for the name of Mashiach, happy are ye, for the spirit of glory and of power rested upon you. On their part he is evil spoken of, but on your part he is glorified. But let none of you suffer as a murderer, or as a thief, or as an evildoer, or as a busybody in other men's matters. Now we can tell you right now that, you know, looking at this, yeah, this describes a lot of jakes. But when you look at that, it says, but let none of you suffer as a murderer, and as a thief, and as an evildoer, and as a busybody in other man's matter. This is Esau, man. Esau is a murderer, a thief, an evildoer, and a busybody in other men's matter. Because you see this white man, he goes across the earth, okay, and what does he do? He subject these other nations, okay, to a lot of atrocities if they don't bow down to what he demand them to do. Okay, he put embargoes in the nation, which causes millions of people to suffer and starve. Okay, he uses his blessing, the sword, okay, to coerce people into following the ways of Great Babylon, America, the wicked, okay, his evil ways, the so-called white man's ways. Okay, he goes and he dominates these other kings of these nations. So presidents, premier, prime minister, whatever you want to call them, the leaders of these other nations, okay, those are men, and those they have their own matter internally in those nations. And this is the so-called white man who spreads his wickedness like a green bay tree, gets into these other nations' matter, okay, sticking his finger where it doesn't belong. So the Lord is warning us that we are not to think in the way how the so-called white man Esau thinks, you know, being someone that rests all of his morals on within himself. Okay, basically a hypocrite. Okay, yet if any man suffers a Christian, let him not be ashamed, but let him glorify power on this behalf. For the time has come that judgment must begin at the house of power, the house of God. Okay, Jerusalem. And if it first began at us, what shall the end be of them that obey not the gospel of Mashiach? So, hey, we sigh and we cry, we're in fear. Okay, we're part of the hopefully elect. Okay, we hope that we are selected, okay, by the Mashiach, by Yahweh Shema Shai, okay, for our works and our belief, okay, and the sacrifices. We hope, okay, and so this is why we are diligent. And Satan casts doubt in your head sometimes. You have the world casting doubt in your head sometimes. We don't have a direct communication with the Yahweh Shema Shai or even with the Mashiach. So all we have is just the scriptures. That's it, okay, and just do the work as He commanded. And it says, and if the righteous scarcely be saved, where shall the ungodly and the sinner appear? So, I mean, if we're like that and we are having this kind of fear, imagine when the Lord, when He's already sealed the elect and He's bringing that judgment on Yasharala, so-called Black Americans and Latino. Imagine what that fear is really going to be, because the all hope is gone. Okay, we had a hopefully elect, so Lord willing, we're the men and women that sigh and cry, are sealed. Okay, and we don't have to go through the tribulations the way the rest of our nation is going to go through it. Okay, let's go into the book of Psalms 10. And so verse 8, it says, He sitteth in the lurking places of the villages, in the secret places till He murdered the innocent. Who is this talking about? It's talking about these Edomites. Okay, we're talking about Esau, the Edomite, the so-called white man. Okay, right now he's got the AI technology that he's bringing up right now. We know the mark of the beast, which is that RFID microchip that's going to be implanted in your hand, is about to be rolled out. They're going into digital currency. You have the Elon Musk right now trying to convince people this brain chip is going to be good for their health. Okay, and this man is setting up everything, collapsing economies, doing all kinds of snares, okay, in which he could herd the masses in the direction he wants them to go into, which is what? To worship him as God. Okay, and it says his eyes are privy set against the poor. He lied in wait secret as a lion in the den. He lied in wait to catch a poor. He does catch a poor when he drawed him in his net. And what is those net? Okay, the security that Esau is looking to provide, which is what? Food, letting the good times roll, partying, pride, back to normal. This is the reason why you saw during the C-19, they were talking about what? Just to get back to normal, which is what? Unrepentant wickedness. Okay, and this is what people are going to be desiring and seeking, which is going to be these Edomites. Okay, this is why the Lord always make very clear, to be separated from these people. But see, Jake desire in life is to be somehow accepted by his oppressor, and so Jake would do anything, okay, in collusion with the Edomites, okay, to go along, to get along, in order to do what? To be accepted, okay, because they believe, okay, and they are drawn into the darkness that Esau has over them. Okay, let's go in the book of Isaiah 30 and start at verse 1, because this is a warning of judgment that the Lord Yahweh have his man go there and tell. We try to illustrate it to you, in these videos, but in real life, it's far more dreadful. Okay, and it says, "Woe to the rebellious children," said the Lord Yahweh that take a counsel, but not of me, that cover where they covered, but not of my spirit, that they add sin to sin. They walk to go down into Egypt, which this place is known as spiritual Sodom in Egypt, and I have not asked at my mouth to strengthen themselves in the strength of Pharaoh. Okay, trusting in the United States government, trusting into the government, trusting into the so-called white man. Okay, and to trust in the shadow of Egypt. This place is known as the shadow of death, the valley of the shadow of death. This place is death. Esau, the so-called white man, is death. You cannot trust death. That's the reason why I said consider not Esau's option, which is what? Death. Okay, and therefore shall the strength of Pharaoh, the strength of Esau be your shame, and this trust in the shadow of Egypt your confusion. Wait a minute, you said you're going to promise us food. If you bow down, you take the chip. If you bow down, you get the brain chip in your head. If you bow down to the ways of great Babylon America, except homosexuality or sodomy, okay, partying, forsaking the commandments of the Lord Yahweh Shema Shai, yet still all these tribulations is still coming on the children of Israel. Why? They're forgotten, okay, that what? The judgment starts at what? The house of Israel. Okay, Yasharallah, so-called blacks and Native Americans. Okay, I read that earlier, and this is what we're letting you know, that you're not going to get out of this judgment. Esau cannot save you. No matter what you do, you will never get out of the judgment, because it has to start, okay, with the children of Israel. Okay, that's the way the judgment's going to go, because we were given the commandments. Let's go in the book of Isaiah 13 and 15. It says, everyone that is found shall be thrust through, and everyone that is joined unto them shall fall by the sword. The Lord is going to slay a lot of these Edomites and a lot of these other tribes. Okay, because why? They all were in collusion. Okay, to do what? Imprison. Okay, oppress and suppress the children of Israel, also called Latin Americans and Latino. But we have a lot of our people, that have that. The forgetfulness, where they really emphasize with the oppressor, and go, well, okay, I understand why you did that to us and all that stuff. Okay, bygone be bygone. As long as you can give us some food, we can have some fun. I'll do exactly what you say. But the Lord said what? When He comes down to judge these nations, okay, those that are joined unto them in their wickedness, okay, in particular these Edomites, okay, you're going to fall by the sword. Okay, and it says their children also should be dashed to pieces before their eyes. Their houses should be spoiled and their wives ravished. Okay, so hey Jake, if you like that judgment, go ahead, but we're giving you the warning. Let's go to the book of Ezekiel 9, start verse 2. It says, and behold, 6 men came from the way of the higher gate, which lie towards the north, and every man had slaughtered weapon in the sand, and one man among them was clothed with linen, with a writer's inkhorn by his side. And they went in and stood beside the brazen altar, and the glory of the God of Israel was gone up from the cherub whereupon he was to the threshold of the house. And he called to the man clothed with linen, which had the writer's inkhorn by his side. And the Lord Yahweh said unto him, go through the midst of the city, through the midst of the Jerusalem, and set a mark upon the foreheads of the man that sigh and cry for all the abomination that be done in the midst thereof. So who's crying and sighing right now? Okay, the man starting from the elders and teachers the apostle from Great Millstone, likewise brothers that is affiliated. Okay, and other groups are there too that are doing it in truth and in sincerity. Okay. And to the others he said in mine hearing, go ye after him through the city and smite. Let not your eyes spare, neither have pity. Slay utterly old and young, both maids and little children and women. But come not near any man upon which is the mark, and begin at my sanctuary. So basically, when the death angels are released on this earth, okay, those that sigh and cry, those who have the mark of exemption, are going to be spared. And everybody else is just going to fall by the wayside. They're going to either get slaughtered by animals, they're going to die of the famine, by the sword, or pestilence, diseases, and whatever means the Lord chooses to bring demise on the individuals, okay, who are subject, okay, to fall or to be succumbed to death. Okay, so the lesson is, consider not Esau's option, because Esau's options are all leading to death. We are not to take the microchip. Okay, we are not to follow the ways of great Babylon America. We are to continue to stay forward and stay faithfully steady, okay, in this truth. Okay, so Lord willing, hopefully that was edified. I'd like to close up by giving all glory and honor to Yahweh, by Shem Yashai, by Shem Kakadash, double honor to teachers, elders, and apostles of Great Millstone, likewise, but us that they're putting this is truth. Faithfully, fair to see, feet, and sheep, and deep brothers and sisters, tuning in. Shalom.